I want to go to you. We have, few minutes left to Elahe. You know, you both know each other also from the past, haven't met for a long time. Yeah, he considers her ke, choti bachchi se badi ho gayi and all that. And you have made so many films. In the current era, while he is reflecting through text and through his observations by traveling 50, 60,000 kilometers, you have made film for the new generation. How do you react to this one, vis-a-vis what you are hearing?
React to the hate is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying just what is happening around us. The same question I asked to him. How do you react? And
So
more than a generation gap, and you are also in the same, and you are also an observer of society. How do you? What do you see? And then when you are hearing this,
correct. The strange part of being a person who creates content or who puts out their viewpoint for the public to consume. You look at the world, the society, what's happening around us at a micro and a macro level. And like Saeed Bhai was saying, that he had to distance himself or take time from his emotional response to an event to then catch the right sur. So we really are the gatekeepers, in a sense, of society around us. We cannot afford to take a side. Yes, we will put our view across. We have to have a responsibility. So for example, I'll take the example of Iqbal, since after Hyderabad Blues, it's the most well-known film that we've made. And when the script of Iqbal, Nagesh wrote and gave it to me, there was a scene in which Iqbal is taken by his mom for the playoffs. And the father is very against cricket. And when they come back, the father asks the mother, where did you go? And she says, Ke, hum khala ke ghar ko gaye the. So in the script was written that Anwar, the husband, slaps the wife and says, "Jhoot mat bolo. मैंने तुम्हें वो बस में चढ़ते हुए देखा जो खाला की बस के गाँव नहीं जा रही थी." And that moved on to the next scene. And I was a little shocked by that, because I was like, if the husband is slapping the wife, there's no reaction to that. The wife has not slapped him back, or the wife has not walked out, or the wife has not, said something that, how dare you hit me, or nobody's reacted. It was a scene and it moved on. And I pointed it out to Nagesh, and he was keeping it within the milieu of what happens in that strata. But the point is that you can't normalize it because it happens. You have to take a stand. You can't just show the world as it is, because we are not just the mirror of the world, we're the gatekeepers of that world. So we changed it to, he raises his hand to hit the sun and says ke mujhe is pe marne pe majboor mat kar, maine qasam khai thi ki main haath nahi uthaunga. The scene remained as intact, as powerful, as it gave the message across, but you held back. So in the same way, in today's times, it gets very difficult to hold back. But you do put your thing around. So our latest one on the digital media, since we're talking digital, is a show called City of Dreams. And it's on Hotstar. But the thing is that you show a family, a political family based in Bombay. And then through that, so it's not about being didactic. Our first aim is to entertain. And then you come back with messages, that's great. But like even if you see Door, the film that we made in 2006, the Hindu girl Meera was the one who was with the ghungat. She was the child widow. She was not allowed to go out of the house and stuff. Whereas the Muslim girl Zeenat was the educated one. She did not have a ghungat. She traveled from Himachal to Rajasthan to get the signature of Meera to save her husband's life. So you twist the tail around the head, which is the common narrative that you're boxed in. And you hope that the audience sees these points, understands these points, and that's the takeaway. So, we do have duties as filmmakers, but as a citizen of this country, I don't recognize it anymore. Like I keep saying, jo itne saalon se koi bhi nahi kar saka, wo aaj ki sarkar kar dikha di. Mere ko ek Musalman bana di. It's like, nobody ever knew me as a Muslim girl Elahe. मगर उन्होंने मेरे को बता दिया कि मैं मुसलमान हूँ, क्योंकि अब ऐसे ही बोलो, we voted for a certain party all our life. बट नाउ दे से आप कहीं को करेंगे वोट बीजेपी को, तो आप तो मुसलमान हैं, हैं? ये क्या बात हुई? मतलब हिंदुआ एक वोट देंगे, मुसलमान एक वोट देंगे, क्रिश्चियन एक वोट देंगे, ये बलबूते पर तो हमारी हमारा देश नहीं था, हमारा वतन नहीं था। अब कुछ भी बोलो गलत है। इंडिया बोलो, भारत बोलो, सलाम वालेकुम बोलो, आदाब कहीं को नहीं बोल रही, नमस्ते करो तो नमस्कारम कहीं को नहीं है, ऐसा जय श्री कृष्णा बोलो तो जय श्री राम कहीं को नहीं बोले, तो क्या बोलना भाई? So, that kind of a whole situation where you're constantly second guessing yourself, constantly trying to fit into a narrative is extremely draining. And like when Saeed Bhai was not reading these 4 pages, that's when he came into life. When he was talking about hate, you saw how drained he was. I mean, he stopped and he said, am I talking too much? Am I getting tired? Because like we were talking earlier, it's an extremely draining emotion. आप ही बोल रहे थे ना कि how do people have time to hate when there's so less time to love? So, this is going nowhere. It's just draining us out of everything. Our emotions, our resources, our economics, our friendships, it's just become one drain train. So, वो अब जरा, I think, उसको बंद करना ज़रूरी है.
So how? I mean, why are you not making a film on this?
Because making a film on what? And how do you... Well, we did make a film. We made a film called Dhana, which is only about pure love. It's set in 2014. We made a film about 2 young children who traveled Rajasthan to find Shah Rukh Khan. Which in India, मतलब हमारे बच्चों को हम बस में भेजते आज अकेले, without sending someone with them to do this. But that was the India we grew up in, and we tried to present the romantic side of India कि 2 बच्चे निकल जा रहे हैं, लोग उनको मदद कर रहे हैं, ये बस में नको चढ़ो, इधर सो जाओ, हमारा खाना खा लो. But so you don't end up giving them... I'm not a documentary filmmaker. I'm a feature filmmaker. My thing is to entertain. My thing is to, get you into the dark theater for 3 hours and hopefully make your life a little easier without having to leave your brains at home. ये एक अलग है हमारे हिंदुस्तान के सिनेमा में. कुछ भी देखे तो बोलते please leave your brains at home. कहीं को भाई? I mean, why will I leave a vital organ at home to enjoy something? It's like saying, please come to my house for dinner, मगर आपके kidneys नको लेके आओ. I'll come with all my organs, and then now you entertain me. I will see what I can do to, get your viewpoint or not. So, as a filmmaker, I need to engage you mentally, emotionally, and then send you out.
So, is it also difficult at this point of time, and this is a question to both of you, लोगों को नफ़रत करने की इतना वक्त कैसे मिल रहा है जब मोहब्बत के लिए वक्त काफ़ी नहीं है? तो ये तो दिख रहा है कि नफ़रत के लिए ही वक्त है. सारे टाइमलाइन से ही दिखा रहे हैं सोशल मीडिया पे नफ़रत के लिए बहुत वक्त है, और हम लोग जो हैं वो फाइट कर रहे हैं सिर्फ, या जो लोग मोहब्बत करते थे वो सिर्फ फाइट कर रहे हैं. दे आर इन अ रिएक्शन मोड. प्यार इज़ एन अफर्मेटिव मोड एंड इट्स अ प्रोएक्टिव मोड, and we suddenly, that mode is over, all the time. Like you said, every time before even speaking, I am becoming concerned or captivated by कि वो क्या बोलेगा या क्या नहीं बोलेगा. I mean, how do we really this, and this is a cultural impact, for the first time media is 24/7 with us, and it is affecting us in every manner. And since you people are media creators, media content creators, it's also important to know that how do we deal with it as humans, as individuals.
Pankaj mentioned this, because they are responsible also, because the source, they are the platforms, and they are not accountable. The point is to make them accountable. He mentioned this earlier in the earlier session where he said that, look, when you have these platforms spewing this kind of hate, and they can always say, we have a free speech, which is fine. Or they absolve with themselves with a disclaimer which says, these are the views of the participants, it's not the view of the channel. But damn it, it's on your channel. It's on your channel. Why do you have to have this disclaimer then? If it's on your channel, it's on your channel, so why the disclaimer? The point is, that's a legal position that they're taking. They've got their lawyers behind them saying, अगर कोई गड़बड़ हुई तो भैया देखा हमने ये disclaimer रख दिया. Not our views. They're the views of the participants of the debate. These are escape clauses. Escape. Oh, Yanis Varoufakis, the Greek ex-finance minister, lovely man, he said all these guys, all their platforms, this is recently, they should be put on the public notice. All their platforms, Facebook and Google, Sabko, everybody. Elon Musk, they should be taken to task. They have to. How long can a world survive with this kind of, one is hate, the other is this one-sidedness of opinion, or a slanted opinion.
No, you're absolutely right, Osama, when you said that, we, the lovers or the, wanting to not spread hate are reactionary. But I think that's because we took our secularism for granted. We took the fact that India was a democratic republic for granted. We took, and also, I'm talking for myself, I grew up in South India. When Babri Masjid happened, the lot of reaction was like, "Arey, bahut bura hua, magar Babar ki masjid thi na, hamari to nahi thi." So we were constantly appeasing, saying, "Acha jaan do bhai, tod diye." But we never thought, unless it happened, wo wahan hua, Babri mein, masjid mein hua, phir aake Gujarat mein hua. Until it happens in your backyard, we were still, we just took all this for granted. The secular fabric of the nation, I really thought would hold on in my lifetime. And it isn't. But all we can do is, like I said, right now reaction, but now we are all taking the aggressive tone. We all are becoming, a little more revolutionary in putting our ideas across and stuff like that. And through the medium of social media, because I do understand social media is supposed to, it's also maligned so much by saying like you spend all your time and it's fake book instead of Facebook and you're watching Maldives pictures of people. But it does get it around. Now look at this whole war that's happening, but the genocide that's going on in Palestine.
I like this little scarf of yours.
Thank you. Yes, please. So, social media is taking such a big stand on the whole thing. Like you see, and that's exactly what we need to do. So it does help. It is a double-edged sword. It's like you put it that the digitalization of this world is like the oxygen, but it's also the AQI level is very high, right? But everything is going to be good. Like when the VHS came out, we said, oh, death of cinema. Ab wo gaya. Digital platform aaya, bole death of cinema. Ab wo ho raha death, but the death of cinema is because of the greed that's in the country today. Look at the numbers people are charging. If you go to an actor, if you go to a director, if you go to, और 2 दिन में डिसाइड होना करते पिक्चर अगर 40 करोड़ पर नहीं खुली तो खत्म पहले हम लोग 50 डेज बनाते थे अब 50 आवर्स बनाए तो बड़ी बात है मालूम so it's just this whole thing of everything is coming in such an excess there's a overload of everything it's overwhelming on every front there will be a balancing out but we just need to hold on to our ground and hold steady.
But I also have a perception that we are heading towards a world where just 2 things become incredibly important for people and consumption. One is entertainment and the other is sports. These will be the 2 things that you will get. Or pornography. So entertainment, pornography,
legal
sports.
की बात करें, legal.
No, I'm just saying this is true. This is what's going to happen to keep people occupied. And then the finances are going to run the world. They'll run the world for you. And we, in the meantime, are like robots. I don't know what. Lemmings. We'll keep pretending that we are important. We're pretending that we are important. And the battle has to be fought over here. We are important. People are important. And they've got to come back onto center stage. And we are losing this capacity of saying, I am a human being and I think. It's critically important. I think, I cry, I laugh, I point a finger at, I object. We are just losing this entire thing, and then that's it. Therefore, hate. Hate is this all-consuming passion. Hate. Look what's happening. I mean, this is... and it's done with an intention.
Yeah.
There's a motive behind it. It pays. It's good for certain kinds of regimes. It's good. Hate, sports, pornography, entertainment. So let's celebrate this word,